So yet again, I find myself at fellow YouTube buddy Resisting the Lies, who's uploaded some very, as per usual, very interesting vids. For example, SNP's sustainable support for asylum seekers. Now, uh, isn't it breathtaking that you see Glasgow City Council apparently struggling financially, not because it has a vast influx of highly skilled people who are such a net benefit. No, 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 no. It's not about that. We are told they're asylum seekers. You know? Under fair use, let's play some of this.
Support it is providing to communities to promote cohesion and develop sustainable support networks for refugees and asylum seekers to help ensure their full participation in civic and community life.
Now remember, civic life, that's more about civic society and civic society networks, the third sector, all the rest of it. Oh, honestly, the thing about these occultists, it covers every creed, colour, religion, all the rest of it. The common denominator, they have to be into the New Age movement, Theosophy, Humanism, Eastern Star, Freemasonry, OTO. You know, they have to be in amongst the shit show list of underling occultist networks, right? Who are bringing about this transformational change. I've bumped my gums for years about Marlon Ferguson's The Aquarian Conspiracy, personal social transformation in the 1980s, and it has been rebranded apparently as In the Modern Era, or words to that effect. It's a 500 and odd page book from memory. I only needed to read it once. I'd heard about it years before through an individual, an American called Constance Cumby. That's a tongue twister. Could have gone so wrong there. Constance Cumby, and well worth the watch, because she wrote a book called The Hidden Dangers of the Rainbow. And I would say that's more relevant now than ever, because, well, what did we see over the last few years in the branding of the rainbow? And this all ties into this spirituality, you know, this. You can be whatever you want to be. Do what thou wilt, all the rest of it. But ultimately, it's about the destruction of Western values from so many angles. And this, I mean, it's all about everybody but native Scots, seriously. And yet native Scots are paying for it in so many ways. They're seeing their communities being destroyed. They're seeing job opportunities go out the window because they're the wrong skin colour. Come on. And they call it things like positive discrimination. It's typical Freemasonic doublespeak shenanigans in action. And do you think any of these individuals are feeling the pinch? They're well paid, yeah, well subsidised, and I can assure you what they're encouraging into the country, by and large, they're not being exposed to it.
Thank you. We are committed to supporting integration of refugees and
Now think about the wording, integration, carry on.
people seeking asylum into our communities through our new Scots strategy, which was developed in partnership with the Scottish Refugee Council and COSLA. We are funding the Scottish the Refugee Support Service to provide advice, information and resources to new Scots and to help them build
New Scots. While quite literally throwing everything traditional about Scotland out the window, and they keep talking about diversity and enrichment, and what it is about destroying host nations, both financially, societally. I mean, it's the eradication. I mean, they've literally shut down the one bloody refinery in Scotland, a country surrounded in oil. Yeah. And instead they want to cover prime rural land with solar panels while chemtrailing the skies. Meanwhile, there's never enough accommodation. Why? Because we're bringing in, apparently, asylum seekers. Many could quite rightly say opportunists who have got their hand out and have gone from a mud hut somewhere in Africa, for an example, to a 3 or 4 star hotel, 3 meals a day, a phone, money, and a lot of time on their hands. Seriously. Meanwhile, criminal statistics, crime statistics, well, if it's a white guy, you'll know about it in minutes, but anybody else, it's mental health issues, or sorry, we just don't know. Yeah.
Networks and social connections. In addition, the £300,000 of funding this year that I announced earlier will be used by organisations working across Scotland to strengthen community cohesion, ensuring our communities stand together to reject division.
Our communities stand together to reject division. Like anybody unhappy about how their country's turning to a bag of shite, and they're not paid taxes all their life, and they're not even the first in the queue for anything anymore because they're being discriminated against. Meanwhile, you better shut the fuck up.
And build solidarity by...
This is all communistic, Marxist, forging
coalitions across a wide range of...
And remember, it's ball deep in what goes for anything to do with trade unions. They're all with the cultists, yeah?
Communities in Scotland.
Michelle Thompson.
Minister, for that response. Falkirk has seen sustained anti-refugee protests and counter-protests resulting in ongoing tensions, disruption and division within the wider...
Remember, again, repetition. Anybody who's unhappy that they no longer feel safe in their own country or have quite serious doubts about long-term employment, a roof over their head, a never-ending increase in taxation. They keep hearing about this cost of living crisis. These people are living very well indeed, but by their very actions, purporting to represent the people, they're representing the people, just not us. They're all UN stooges. Transformational change.
Wider community. What actions are the Scottish Government taking to tackle the spread of misinformation, and will they work in partnership with Falkirk Council, Police Scotland and any other relevant agencies to mitigate the disruption caused by the...
that's one of the reasons they got rid of all the different forces in Scotland and made it one unified force, was to use it against the people, in the sense that, I'm sorry, you're unhappy with things. We're more unhappy with anybody saying what somebody might be perceived as hurty words than actual crime. Yeah.
Persistent cycle of protests and counter-protests.
Minister.
I am deeply concerned about the harmful rhetoric that we are seeing actually across the UK, and that has no...
Remember, London is going down the shitter. Right, honestly, as regards occupancy in hotels, by the way, that's the same for Edinburgh as well. Their excuse apparently, prices and cost of living. No, a lot of people are seeing this demographic change and go, do you know what, I have other options. Seriously, people come to the places they come to based around the location, the history, the uniqueness of their people, and that's all going out the window. And you know what? It's becoming scarier by the day to walk about. Yeah. But they're focused on, everybody else except locals.
Place in our society, and that's why it is absolutely vital that we remain united in the face of division and uncertainty.
Repetition.
So that narrative can have absolutely no place and it gathers no traction. It's therefore You know, when our communities are telling us that they feel unsafe.
You mean what? The underlying occultists in the third sector, etc. All these various charitable organisations, and they make charities up all the time. They last for most of them. Will last for a wee while, and then it's another charity. They're going into various places. Money is apparently spent, but where does it actually go? I mean, it's a huge organisation, well and truly funded by the public purse. Yeah, to work against, well, the people of the UK. Anybody who's seen as a threat, anybody who's saying anything goes to say, have we thought this through? Are these people skilled? If not, how about, well, Africa's a massive continent. Why don't we just, well, you know, redirect in that direction? After all, it is the third world and could do with more help than we do. Oh, and how about we get the finger out our arses as regards the education system and skill up our own? Yeah? As opposed to telling them they may identify as whatever they like or identify as a cat. Yeah?
And they're under pressure. It is our collective responsibility.
Collectivism on steroids.
To listen and to respond. And I outlined earlier the work that we are doing through our new Scots refugee integration strategy, which has been held up as a very good example far and wide. And we are investing in strengthening our communities. But I would call on members here and everyone actually to make sure that we all stand firm against not falling for misinformation, checking our facts and being mindful of our language.
Because mindfulness, mind control. Don't say any words. You have to rethink and rethink before you say anything, until you say nothing at all.